Hey, it's Rob from Wheelworks Bike Shop in Dublin. Do a couple of unboxings for you today. Oh, it's breezy. Shit's gonna fall over. So we're starting off with a Madone. It's a Project 1 bike for a friend of mine, a woman that I've been doing triathlon with for, Jesus, probably 15 or 16 years. It's a very good age group triathlete. This is a new road bike for her. So I can't even remember what colour we picked. Oh, I do now, yeah. Okay, this one should be nice. So I think this is it's a fade, is it? Yeah. Okay. So it's a Madone SL6. So that's the 105 Di2, 50 Aeolus Pro 51s, the Bontrager Aeolus Pro 51 wheel set. A couple of people have been asking in the comments, where is the bits and pieces like saddles and stuff like that. So I never actually unboxed the bits that come with it. So we'll unbox those after we do the bike. So if you want to hang around, if they haven't blown away, if you want to hang around for the end of the video, we'll unbox everything, do it all. So it's a Madone SLR. We went with the full fade paint job. I'm going to have to grab the bits of cardboard that are blown around the place. It's, what do they say? Never film with animals or children, or unbox bikes outdoors on a windy day. So we've got a full fade paint job. This is going to be one of the paint schemes that changes colour, which is why I wanted to do it outside. But I think it's going to be too windy, and the sun is in and out a little bit. Anyway, we'll keep going. So, don't know if you can see purple and green in the fork at the front, and then it fades to dark green down the back. You've got 105 Di2 cranks, or 105 cranks I should say, Di2 group set. With the Project 1 bikes, you can get the artist to sign the frame, which we did in this one. So I don't know who that artist is, but I know there's a few of them follow us on Instagram. So if that's your signature, let us know in the comments. See ya. It's one of those dark paints that is quite subtle until the sun hits it, and then it changes and looks quite dramatic as the sun hits it. We'll pop the cockpit on. The new Madone comes with the new cockpit. It's a one-piece cockpit. The previous generation, the 6, had a two-piece bar and stem. It was all fully integrated, as is this one, but this is a one-piece one, so it's lighter. The weight saving was part of the reason to go one-piece cockpit instead of two. And the other thing that's changed with it is the top of the cockpit, the top of the bars where the hoods are, is narrower than the bottom. So it's quite a it's about a 2 or 3 centimeter difference from the hoods to the base bars. And when I started riding bikes a long time ago now, I started off on a 44 centimeter bar, and I'm not particularly broad, but that was sort of the accepted standard for someone of my height and shoulder width back then. Then things changed slightly and they went to 42 centimeter bars. And I now have, on the latest Madone that I'm riding, I've gone down to the narrowest size, which is a 35 at the hoods, which feels really narrow initially. That's not going well. We'll be cleaning up around the car park all morning. I'll stop taking packaging off for a bit. I'll just put the bars back on. Anyway, we went with the narrowest bars at the top for the latest Madone that I'm riding. And it only took a couple of rides to get used to it, but there's definitely a speed difference. You've got a much narrower stance, similar to a time trial bike. Handling is fine. And that was the thing that you're always worried about, is that it's going to be difficult to ride. That handling is going to be difficult, but no issue at all with it. Really like the narrow stance. It's a shame that the new bar it's not really backwards compatible with the older bikes, because I have an older Madone that I'd like to put the same bar on, because now when I get back on it, 42 bar, it feels like a bit of a shopping trolley, big and wide and upright, like a bit of a hybrid. Anyway, so that's the bike, 52 centimeter Trek Madone SLR 6, full fade, and we'll do the rest of the unboxing inside, I think, because stuff is blowing around. I'll bring the boxes in, I'll take the rest of the stuff out and let you see what else comes in the box. Magic of editing, I'm now inside because shit was blowing all over the place. That's the next bike to do. I think it's another Madone. So, like I said outside, I've been asked what's in the boxes in some of the comments in the video, so we'll do a complete unboxing and let you see all the bits that comes with it. There's some nice little details on the bars, the new cockpit that we were talking about outside, the Madone cockpit. It has a Madone logo across the front, and it has fast forward written on the end of the drops. Somebody in Trek getting inventive with their little hidden messages that most people will never see if you don't do your own bar tape. This, by the way, is what's going to be our Project 1 room. So we'll have an unboxing area in here as well, so that we're not doing them all outside in the wind. And just shift that down. Pop that in there. So floor's gone down. Walls to be painted and the furniture's started to arrive for it. We're running a little bit behind schedule with it, so it'll probably be towards the end of April, last week in April, when we get opened in here. So I'll show you what comes in the box of bits. So this is the seat post, and with the Project 1 Madones, the seat post is painted to match, and that's again the purple to green flip. There's a saddle, and the saddle is the Aeolus Elite. So Aeolus is Trek's short nose saddle. It's got a bit of a curve. It's got a split nose, and they come in a couple of widths. This is a 145. They do a 155 as well, and maybe, I don't know if they still do a 135. I must check that. And there's bosses in the back here, little nuts built into the saddle that you can screw in a mount for a rear light. And that's the split stackers for the headset stackers. I won't go putting all those in now because otherwise the video will be 25 minutes long. Handlebar tape. Di2 charger, and the 12-speed Di2 plugs in directly into the derailleur. A little flappy piece clips open there, and that plugs in down the back. And that's how you charge your Di2. Your front and rear derailleurs are wired together to the battery, and then it's wireless to the front of the bike. So by charging through the rear derailleur, you're charging the battery for both derailleurs. And then you've got what the lads in the workshop call a dork disc. So that's the protector that goes on behind the cassette to stop your chain from overshifting into the spokes. But you look like a dork, apparently. So we would only fit that by request. The Madone comes with two stem caps. And the idea is, until you get if you don't know what your position is in terms of height and stuff like that, you can fit this rear cap here. You can fit that over the fork and have a couple of stackers on top of it. Once you've got it cut and everything's ready, then you fit the finished one that doesn't have a hole in it. So that has a hole so that you can put stackers on top. So that goes with your split stackers. That is various little olives and bits and pieces for brake cables, and Di2 tools, and disc caliper spacers. When you take your wheels off, if you're transporting the bike for whatever reason, if you're taking the wheels off and leaving them off, you don't want to pull your brake levers, because when your calipers close on a disc brake bike, they'll lock shut if there isn't a disc in there. So when you've got the wheel out to transport it, you pop in a little disc brake spacer to stop it from locking. And then you've got the legal requirement of reflectors, seat post reflector bracket, tubeless valves, some more reflectors. That's the saddle clamp, and that's the seat post wedge. So I'll show you these pieces. And that is a little bung that goes in the bottom of the seat post in there. So this is the wedge for the seat post. And that guy is reversible, so it can go in and use the top hole or the bottom hole, depending on what height you want your seat mast to go at. So you can set it lower or higher, and that gives you either a longer or a shorter drop on your seat mast. So we can fit that in a minute. We'll pop the saddle on. So the ears just line up like that, and we have one. We seem to be missing a bolt. No, we're not. It's in there. Okay. So the easiest way of assembling this is to put the saddle onto the clamp before you put the bolt through. Pop the bolt into place, and we'll just wind it in. When we're fitting the seat mast, we would generally fit it with carbon paste so that it doesn't slip, but I don't have that up here, so we're just going to pop it in and snug it into place. loosely for the moment. I won't do it with a torque wrench because I haven't got one, but I'm not going to tighten it up too much. That way it's easier to do it with the long Allen key. I think I'm going to have to leave this because I need a different shape Allen key to fit into that. I need a longer one. So I'm just going to leave that sit there. I'll straighten the saddle. So you've got this bolt at the back of the seat post, which allows you to adjust the angle, and then the bolt on the seat post clamp is to adjust the fore and aft. So that's Madone SLR 6 full fade, purple phase to, I can't remember what the second colour is called on it. We'll get that one into the workshop, get the lads to finish it off. We'll do another video, hopefully with a little bit less wind, out in the sun, and let you see the paint flip. So that's that one, unboxing number 1 done for the day. Okay.